Sorry, I'm just trying to remember all the characters' names. Frank, you're at the inn at the moment, aren't you? Because you're digesting that zombie.
That's right.
And then when you went to the inn, the others went to the frosted forest to find that Irish dude. Almost stalked him to his house and threatened his family and kids.
What he would have wanted.
But you got the Thordite ore from it. Yeah, and then you went back, and that's when you found the town under attack. Then you started fighting pirates, and then that's where we just sort of quit because we all got really tired because we were doing it for like 4 hours or something.
It was a long period.
What's happened to Celsius then? You've just killed these pirates, but what's happened to Celsius?
He's stoned.
Space baked.
Did Fez come back and start taking hostage?
Oh yeah, poor Fez.
Fez is stuck in the cave, isn't he?
Is he still there? You sure?
I think he's stuck in the mine.
You sure? I'm pretty sure you set that place off light, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, the whole place just combusted inside.
Might have done, I'm not sure.
You, criticised his uselessness.
I remember.
Maybe you can try and resurrect him.
Nah.
We don't need him.
We'd have to go all the way back to the cave to do that.
Yeah. Well, no, you just have to find a spirit, I guess. And then put him in the body of an animal. Or a midget.
Same thing.
Oh.
He went there.
You can keep both as pets.
Wait, aren't you one of the shorter ones in this group?
That's what they all say. I'm the lich.
An itch.
So,
Lich, itch.
Who's gonna go scratch that itch?
Scratch that lich.
Okay.
Scratch that lich's itch. Alright, so we got the Jelly Frank, which is you, Lou. We've got Xaio the Ent, which is you, Jools. We got Jeph the Butcher, Cyclops, which is Adam, and then we've got Augustus the Lich. Frank, are you still at the inn?
I think I would have digested the zombie by now, so I'm trying to find the others now.
Okay, so you've left the inn. You're gonna try and find them and help them out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did we say? What's happened to Celsius? What's happened to him?
He combusted. He cooked himself again, and then back to a pack of wolves.
Right.
Well, so wasn't that... What happened to that broom? Did it break?
The broom?
What broom?
You know he was trying to fly? You know he tried to fly...
It doesn't ring a bell.
What? Who tried to fly?
No, Celsius tried to fly.
He's not a witch.
No, but he had something to try and fly on it. It failed really badly.
The Nicholas
Oh, yeah.
Cage, the Phoenix. Oh, yeah, he was going to try
I don't know where I'm going with this, sorry.
He was going. Okay, so, yeah, he was trying to mount Nick.
Nick's come back for him. He's just taken him away for a while.
Well, he's just picked him up like a baby, and like a puppy, by his ruff. And then flown off to drop him down a chimney.
I'm finished with you.
Okay, alright, so he's right, so Celsius is out of the battle. He's been carried off. Frank has found you guys.
Yay!
She's very impressed with all of the sort of dead bodies along the floor. The townspeople, they're all still fighting the pirates around you. But with the pirates dead in front of you, you look up to the airship and you can still see more pirates sliding down the ropes, one of which is a lot bigger than the others. Hitting the ground, the larger of the pirates reveals to be the dread Captain Grimmrot himself, wearing a large grey trench coat with multiple belts holding all kinds of knives and flasks. Battle commences as he draws his pistol and shoots. Who's he shoot?
Himself.
Okay, if he gets a 1, then he'll shoot himself. And he shoots one of his fellow pirates in the face. who's fighting, and who was just about to like lunge their sword into the merchant, that like Indian merchant guy.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah, so he's safe. He'll be back.
Well, considering he just shot his pirate in the face, I'm thinking he's got a one-shot like the old pirates have.
Or like a flintlock.
Yeah, so he has to sit there for like an hour, filling it with gunpowder and.
Just goes like he just says time out, guys.
And just sits on the floor with his like cleaning rod and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I run at him.
Yeah.
Well, sort of more like Joel because I can't run because I'm fat.
Trudge.
And then I sort of raise my meat cleaver in the air and bring it down sharply on top of his head, hopefully impaling him and cutting his hat in half.
While Jeph lunges himself at the captain, what's Xaio? What are you going to be doing?
Whereabouts are we? We're like in the middle of the town?
We're in the town centre. The airship is above you. You're like sort of shadowed by it. It's above you, and around you are just pirates attacking townspeople. There's not as many now because you're about halfway through the fight anyway. So you've got a lot of space, and it's just mano a mano. Even though there's like 4 of you versus Captain Grimmrot.
Walk up to the big tread pirate dude.
The captain.
The boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boss dude.
The mouse.
Boss dude.
Like a mouse.
And try and stab him with a stick.
Okay, so you're going to run up to him, right? Jeph, as you're running towards him, you manage to do a clean strike against his head, and you manage to cut his hat completely off his head, and the cleaver comes down, it cracks into the top of his skull, blood squirts out the side of your cleaver, and then you draw it back, and then it sort of slices the top of his skull as you draw it back, and there's blood like running down the front of his face. It hurts a lot. He's screaming, you could say. He's screaming.
He's dead.
He's not dead, but he's pretty close. He sees over Jeff's shoulder Xaio, pretty obviously, coming behind him with a stick. So he with his other hand, he grabs one of his vials, tosses it over Jeph, sort of like a cricket throw, so it goes up and down, and it smashes in front of Xaio, and then the sort of like yellow mist sort of engulfs him, and it knocks you out.
If you take a hit, hit me or hit blasts.
I'm going to summon the insect swarm, or the locust swarm, which is a once a day power.
Okay.
I imagine that I close my eyes and I take a deep breath. I don't like locusts like sort of crawl from my flesh, like onto my paws.
Jeph takes a step back after he's done his part. They all start attacking Grimmrot. They end up inside his coat. He's like jiggling around. He's going, and he's like trying to. His arms are behind his back. It's like tickling him and like biting into him. He's just running around, and he gets his jacket off, and then throws the jacket aside. All the locusts are stuck inside the jacket, and then he's in his fatigues under his jacket with all the belts and flasks and guns and stuff. He's feeling a bit queasy after the blow to the head. He's still bleeding heavily onto the floor, but
because one of my skills is hug, so I'm going to go up to him and put my arms around him and hold him. Shout out to one of the others. It's like, come on, let's get him once and for all.
So Frank slides towards him, wobbles towards him and latches onto him, preventing him from being able to do another action. Xiao's knocked out.
So he's struggling a bit in my arms. He's really he's struggling.
Jeph? Is my cleaver still stuck in his head?
No, you've.
So I withdrawn my cleaver and then let the jelly take over. So you've trapped him in jelly covered in locusts.
Well, the locusts are in his coat, which he's thrown away. So the locusts aren't doing anything now. But
I run to the jelly, and I embrace the jelly and help her squish.
So you're hugging the jelly. You're making like a conga line with the captain at one end. So you're making a jelly sandwich. We need some peanut. We need some peanut butter. Make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Okay. Alright, so yeah, you start. You actually, you've got one arm, so you wrap one arm, and by wrapping one arm, because there's a cleaver on the end, it gets stuck in Grimmrot's shoulder, and he hasn't got his big trench coat on, so it goes straight through his like undershirt and pierces through it and cuts him deep in his shoulder. So now, it's paralysed his left arm, so he can't move his left arm, and the sword that was in his hand just drops out of his hand.
Someone needs to give him the finishing blow.
Yeah.
Augustus has a sword now that he just dropped.
And I'll roll for Xaio, see if he's back up. No, he's not back up yet. Okay, so Augustus.
Remember, Augustus, you can use swordplay.
I've got a cutlass, don't I, after I was stabbed in the stomach or chest?
Yes, you do. Yes, you
in that
do.
case, I'm going to charge him with the cutlass and aim for his thing.
You're going to go for one of the sides.
Yes.
Alright, you cut...
This isn't an end bullet, I'm going to stab someone.
Funny you should say that.
Bloody hell.
I've rolled for, you cut through, you miss Jeph, but you get to Frank, and the cutlass goes through Frank. It cuts through it goes through Frank like jelly, but it goes through Frank and then cuts straight into Grimmrot through the other side, and that finishes him off. That's the end, the final blow. Frank's just enjoying the embrace from Jeph.
Yeah, my jelly regenerates after it's been cut.
Jeff's in his own little world, and are you thinking food? This is jelly.
I haven't want any regular jelly.
Just regular jelly. Yeah, actually, that's a question. What flavour jelly are you, Frank?
I always pictured it as a lime jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
green
green.
jelly.
So
Yeah, I'm lime.
lime. Okay. You'd be good for scurvy then when you guys are on board the ship. You take the sword out of Frank and Grimmrot. You loosen your embrace over him, and it sounds very strange, but you all back up. Xaio, you've regained consciousness now, so you stand up.
Loot him.
And
Damn it, I was going to loot him.
you didn't play any part in the fight.
Can I carry his corpse and turn him into a scarecrow and just stick him in my tree?
Do you want to?
Yes.
That's fucked up.
You'd have lots
Okay.
of knives and what's around his belt, wouldn't you?
Starts to rot as well, so it's like Jools and a giant rotting corpse. Just the game.
Well, as Grimmrot collapsed, his pistol fell out in front of him.
Grab it.
Who grabbed it? Augustus, is that you?
Yeah.
Augustus,
Yes.
Augustus has got it. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to add that to your.
That's mine, Jools. No, I don't care.
I'm going to add. So you can add pistol to your inventory, Augustus. Okay, there is a large roar as everyone around you starts to applaud and cheer at your victory. You all welcome their praise, and the mayor walks out of the town hall towards you. Well done, adventurers! Not only have you brought back enough Thordite ore, but you have rid Northlight of these outlaws. In return, you may take possession of their mighty vessel, and we will refine enough fuel to get you to the next province. With that, there is another big cheer from the crowd. You will also receive Yeah, go on, everyone do a big cheer for the crowd. One guy just goes, yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah! Some guy getting way too excited. You will also receive 500 gold for your efforts, along with this enchanted relic. The mayor, do you remember that big gold necklace he was wearing? Basically, he takes it off from around his neck and he holds it out in front of him. Does anyone want to accept his offer, or is everyone going to refuse it? Do you want
We have to accept it. Yeah.
Do you want to
accept it?
Okay, Frank takes it. So, hang on, Frank, I need to put in your... So you get Mayor's Trinket. It raises your HP by 10, but it reduces your dexterity by 2.
Okay, thanks.
Take kindly, as this relic has served me well. And the crowd give another big cheer. Okay.
Yeah!
Yay!
Yeah! Oh yeah, you the man! Oh.
After giving their farewells, the party climbs the ropes aboard the airship, hoping that they are capable of flying it, as the next chapter of their adventure lies amongst the clouds. There you go, that was chapter 1. That is how close we were to the end. So
What
we're
a
very
relief.
close, yeah. And then we can go straight into chapter 2.